The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Okay, we lit it just like a fuse, so no need to pick and choose. Welcome to 2020, where we do more than interviews. The hottest be coming through, jumping knowledge on all of you. Get a peek at the front of you with the truth that they offer you. Yeah, hands up, we doing it for the culture. To give artists and businesses more exposure. Keeping it real and stay solid just like a boulder. It's about to go all the way down, can't get no lower. Chasing my dreams, know that they get no slower. But if I stay running, I promise they getting closer. Moreover, success my older. And if you're sleeping on me, I'm waking them up like Folgers. I told you, coming from the land with the tide roll. Well, we'll be on a whole different vibe though. We like to ride slow and keep our windows tinted so you really can see us like Stevie Wonder waking up with his eyes closed. Yeah, got the kind of flow that rock the boat. On my 16s of pounds of dope. And if you figure you can hang with me on the mic, then grab some rope. Matter of fact, better grab some hope while you at it. We keep it live, it's time to tune in. Turn up the sound on what you're using. It goes so hard, I think it's bruising. The show is 2020, no need to zoom in. Yeah.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy, Sirr of the 2020 Podcast, LLC. Please say the LLC. I worked hard for that shit. Anyway, today, you already know what it is. You know we love wrestling here at 2020, and you know we like to highlight our black compatriots in the industry. So today, I managed to get a stable in this bit. We got Culture Inc. in the building, the future evolution of wrestling. Culture effing Inc. You see the merch? God damn it.
You see the merch. Grab it.
All right, so first things first. I like to give out flowers before we get started. I want to tell each of you thank you for taking time out of your day to do this. Nick did let me know that you guys are doing some tapings today. So like I said, I'm going to make this brief. And if you guys want to keep talking, that's up to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to interrupt your time. So first things first, it's funny that you guys are sitting in the way that I got you guys listed. I got Eli Knight, Nick Holiday, and Malik Bosede. And we in this thing, bro. We about to get this thing cracking. So first things first. In this name, I love it, first of all. But I want to know, how did you guys come up with this name, Culture Effing Inc.?
All right. So, backstory. We came together at a school in Orlando. We was looking for a name for all three of us to be associated with. Obviously, you look at us three, and what the first thing you see is black excellence, black culture. So with that being said, why not use culture? But at the same time, let's not use culture by itself. You type in culture by itself, everything pops up. All types of different things pop up. You're not going to necessarily see just us. So what can we add to culture to make it so we can stand out when you're looking us up on social media? With that being said, now if you type in on YouTube, you put in Culture Inc., or if you on Google, you type in Culture Inc., first thing that pops up is us three. Eli Knight, Nick J. Holiday, Malik Bosede, changing the culture of professional wrestling one promotion at a time.
Hey, I love that. Excellent promo you cut there, bro. I like it.
I appreciate it.
All right. So you guys look fairly young, man, and we already know black don't crack. So starting with Eli, how long have you guys been in the industry? How long have you been in the business?
Been in the business for about 2.5 years. I started in April 2018. He started in
March.
Yeah, March. So literally a month apart from each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he started. I'll let him explain it. Yeah, if he wants to say his age, but I started.
I'm old enough. That's it, bro. I keep on going. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, black don't crack.
Just like it says in the slogan, Coach Inc. It features 3 different generations of wrestling. He's finna just get the food quick, but the beauty thing about our faction is it features 3 different generations of wrestling. Malik being first me being the second generation, and then the youngest Eli being the third generation. So we got everything, all the basics covered as far as that. Yeah, so he's just getting the food real quick.
It's all good.
So yeah.
All good. Mm-hmm. Okay. So question with you, was that like a benefit for you guys, with you guys being able to draw from information from 3 distinct generations? How do you guys manage to mesh that into like a cohesive unit? Because I've watched a lot of your highlights over the past week, and I like the way you guys move. My key thing is chemistry. chemistry
Yes.
when you have to tell a story with your bodies. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you guys are. You guys are storytellers. But how do you guys, because I know it doesn't come overnight. There has to be some chemistry and camaraderie outside of the business. So how did you guys manage to, hey, you're in this generation, I'm in this generation, this is the baby, kind of like you did earlier, Eli. So how did you guys manage to make it mesh?
Yeah.
All right. So how it meshed it was just, like you said, it wasn't overnight. It actually is always a work in progress because of the generational gap we have. But I'm not going to say that in a negative tone. It's actually very beneficial, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I have my years of wisdom and knowledge and how things are and things work. And he has his youth and, you know, his fire, you know what I'm saying? And then with the middle also, the big dude always puts together, and then his ideas also, like, it just works from a generational standpoint.
I love it. I love it. I like the fact that you guys seem like brothers. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of times, you know, people, you can tell they just work together, but you guys genuinely, even the way you sit, because a lot of times when people don't really know each other, they try to have like that personal space, you know what I'm saying, in between. But y'all are like, bro, you my brother. It don't matter.
So when it first started, when we first started getting shows, getting booked together as a coaching, as a cohesive unit, it took some time, but little things, man. Like we all lived in the same area, Central Florida in Orlando. I want to say I was down the street from Malik, and then glasses. Okay. Then I want to say Eli was right down the street as well. I want to say maybe 12, 15 minutes down the street from us, not too far.
Wow.
So with us being all in the same area, we were able to meet up to train. We were able to meet up to eat the weight room. We were able to meet up to do promos. We were able to meet up and just bond. You know what I'm saying? Just the little things. So it all goes a long way.
Hey, okay. I love it. That is the convenience of being down the street. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people are from completely different backgrounds and different areas and having to overcome that. You know what I'm saying? There can be a barrier of community sometimes that we have to overcome to achieve that brotherhood. So that's a benefit to you guys that you're able to do so, especially with 3 distinct different generations. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really dope. That's really dope.
Exactly.
My apologies.
You're fine, bro. Look, I already said you guys are eating. Look, I understood.
Yeah.
All right. So my next question. So with being a unit, with getting to this point, obviously there are obstacles. What are some of the obstacles you guys encountered along this route of being a Black stable, you know, getting in on the business? Shout out to future evolution of wrestling. Like, how did you, what did you guys come across that you had to, you know, really battle with?
So I'm gonna say this is I don't know about them, but for me, I like to dictate our image. I like to put an image out that we're just not, I want to say just like gangsters. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to put out the image that we are glasses. So I don't want to put the image out that we're just thugs and gangsters, 3 brothers from the hood type thing, you know what I'm saying? Trying to put on for the culture, you feel me? But we're three, like I said, 3 different generations of men, grown men that are well-respected, well-mannered, brothers in our culture. You know what I'm saying? We're not about like the hood life, the street life, you know what I'm saying, and all this other stuff. We just 3 well brought up young men from both from Central Florida and 1 from Houston, Texas. And we're just trying to put on for our families in the most respectable way that we can on any broadcast or any promotion that we're on.
See, I like that. I really feel that, overcoming stereotypes, because it's easy to be the angry Black guys. And unfortunately, we've seen a lot of that in wrestling. You know what I'm saying? The thing about wrestling is it's a chance to escape from the reality of things, but with a hint of reality to the point where it's believable. And with you guys trying to transcend that, being that, hey, we're still upstanding, but we'll still mess you up. I like that mesh, you know? I like that mesh. Okay. So this next question, I really think is going to be kind of interesting because it's 3 of you. This is typically a question I ask one person. So we're going to start with Malik on this one and work our way down to Eli. So Malik, how do you manage to balance, being a wrestler and your personal life?
I don't. I'm trying to work with that question. I just go with it. Well, I'm mainly wrestling focused. I do have my personal life, but with the woman I'm involved with, and I have my company as well, and I also do work. But when it comes to wrestling, it's kind of like that's a first, like that's the career, you know what I'm saying? And a way for me is like I'm gonna be successful and good no matter what happens, inside or outside of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But I choose wrestling to be the place I'm successful at, so I know there's some sacrifices. So I allocate my time a little bit more to wrestling, but still keep a good eye on my personal life because if you do too much of one, if the other one ends up faltering,
Mm.
So yes, I do have a plan, and I do balance, but there's times I'll just be like, this wrestling. I'll get back to the personal life in a second. Type. If it answers the question, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, Nick, what about you, bro?
The beauty thing about my persona, Nick J. Holiday, that's me 24/7. That's me. That's me when I'm at the house. That's me when I'm hosting events outside of coaching obligations. That's me when I'm with my family. That's me when I'm at church. That's me when I'm, just at the park. You know what I'm saying? And that's ultimately one of the main things what made these two extremely athletic brothers reach out to me to be really a mouthpiece for this stable. Was my persona, my charisma, my personality that I'm showcasing at the gym. I'm at training with them and stuff. I'm showcasing it 24/7. That's what ultimately had made me get the invite to be in this faction.
That is. All right, Eli, you the baby, bro. You're going to have to come with it. So what about you, bro?
So, hey, for 1 second before we do that, we're going to do a shot o'clock to doing this interview with you, my brother.
Oh, I wish I had something to drink with y'all, man. All right, hey, I'm going to pretend.
It's shot o'clock, though. Shot o'clock.
Hey, shot o'clock.
For the culture.
For the culture.
For the culture.
Salute.
It's keeping coffee.
You got the baby.
The baby.
I ain't gonna play with it.
There you go. There you go. We don't waste around here now.
So no.
Thank you for the culture.
Yeah, my personal life. So it's like it's something like you had to like just like you're gonna be busy doing all this stuff. Like, we have to travel to Miami today, 3 hours. Honestly, my homework I do college, so my homework was due yesterday. I did not start it at all.
What?
FedEx. I just started a new job at FedEx. I work Monday through Friday. I skipped 2 days just for wrestling. I'm like it's little stuff like that. It's hard to find that balance. Mm-hmm. But if you want to achieve something that you really want to do, you had to make sacrifices for that.
Oh, key word, young man. Key word, sacrifice. I hear that.
Yeah, so I sacrificed, making some money at FedEx for trying to get a really good match at a show, which I did have a pretty decent match at this upcoming taping that could be on, I think it's in January.
That will air on Fight and Evolution Wrestling, January of 2021. Stay woke for that.
All
right. I had to make those sacrifices to just achieve what I want to achieve, which is make this my life and hopefully do it with these two. So,
duly noted. That's one thing about this group. And I'm glad, like you just said, that at such a young age, you just heard them demonstrate the meaning of sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
All of us, all three of us, we sacrifice for this business because we extremely love it. And we ultimately see ourselves making a future in this business down the road, putting food on the table for our families and traveling the world and making sure they're cared for, our kids are cared for, and the generation after our kids is cared for. You know what I'm saying? It all begins right here. It all begins with the foundation that Culture Inc. builds in the world of professional wrestling.
There it is. All right. Hell of a motto and statement.
That bio.
Right. 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 All right. So my next question, and we're gonna go from Eli to Malik. So
Youngest
far,
dog.
so far,
Sorry.
has there been a memory within the business that you were like, you know what, this is why I do it? You know, has there been one memory so far that stood out to you and it's like, yes, this is the one that I'm gonna hold on to?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I could say it was like something when I was a kid, but when I was a kid, I just loved watching wrestling. I didn't really like have like super like instant memories of like what I watched. I do remember. What was it? I think it was December to Dismember.
Yeah, ECW.
Yeah,
2006.
I gotta remember.
He was asking, right?
I know. But, yeah, it was December to Dismember. I think it was Cena in the Elimination Chamber, and it was he was in that right now.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't on ECW.
Which I think it was Elimination Chamber.
So if it was Elimination Chamber and Xena was in it,
It was in 2006.
and it was 06, it was New Year's Revolution.
New Year's Revolution.
Yeah, that's what Edge passed in.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was that. I remember that. I remember jumping on the couch. I'm like, oh my God, it's John Cena and shit. John Cena's cussing and shit. And it's like, my mom's like, man, get this shit off TV. You're not supposed to watch it. I'm like, oh. Man, I love John Cena. But the most recent one, which really just made me like literally be like, okay, yeah, it was 2017, and it was the United Kingdom tournament. And the dude that won that was Tyler Bate. I'm like, bro, this kid, he's 19 years old. I am 15 years old.
He's
the
a
fact that
monster.
he's 19 years old and he just became a champion in the WWE.
The first ever.
It was him and the
He
Bruiserweight.
done. Yeah, he done.
Pete, yeah, that was a crazy match.
It was all like, bro, he's 19 and he's doing this. Like I have no excuse. Like, because from 7 to about that time, I was just wrestling my pillow. And I'm like, I want to do this. But then that just solidified. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go train. I'm gonna do this.
You ain't never too young to begin, right? Never
It's
too
fact.
young to start.
And I full set it, and now that's where we are right now.
Bam. All right, Nick, what about you, bro?
So I'm gonna take you back to 2016, man. I was making a transition from Houston and moving to Orlando for a scholarship I had at Full Sail in science and marketing. So first day I'm a wrestling fan, so when I first came out there, I found out they were doing the NXT tapes at Full Sail. But before that, same month I came out here, they was having a Royal Rumble at the Amway Center. So when I was doing my assignment, I had opened up another tab. I looked at the tickets for the Amway show for the Royal Rumble 2016. So I was able to get one for the low. I went up, it was in the nosebleeds, whatever. So I was able to get one for the low. That Sunday I went by myself. Don't need to be at one deep. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a natural wrestling fan. To take a girl over there, she's not really gonna enjoy it. Get up and do all this other stuff. So I get there, man, and they started off the show hot. Man, tell me why it was a pre-show. What is the pay-per-view? The Usos fall off against the returning New Age Outlaws for the Raw. I just want to say the Unified Tag Team titles. And, the crowd and the energy was just spectacular, man. The Usos went up in there and they did their work with the New Age Outlaws, and God forbid, no telling how long they was away from the ring, but they made them look smooth and them look flawless. So they started off the show right with that because the Usos beat them to win their first ever. Well, I think actually it was a good match, but it went a DQ. They saved the time where the Usos, the New Age Outlaws, put over the Usos on Raw the next night. Okay, so that's when they beat them for them to win their first tag team titles. But later that night, the Royal Rumble, it was the first ever, I think, one of the many Royal Rumbles where they had the WWE title on the line.
Yep.
They had Roman started. But at number 3, I was a fan of his from day one.
I remember.
And I didn't know it. I wasn't on the internet or nothing, but I saw
That
his name hit the screen, and I popped just as big as everybody else. And I said, man, AJ's here in WWE. So that's what really made me want to really pursue it. Because if I'm in Florida, who else is in Florida? WWE's in Florida, NXT's in Florida. performance centers in Florida. If I can find a way, and I'm at Full Sail, if I can find a way to graduate Full Sail and start working with the league, I'll be right there working with AJ Styles. Simple as that.
Greatness personified. Yeah.
That was it.
All right, Malik.
All right, so mine, I'll just tell you what led me into looking for the wrestling, going to the school. 'Cause I've always been a fan since I was younger, watched it with my father, you know, grew up with the boys wrestling and everything else, you know, but never really said, hey, let me look for a wrestling school, you know. So I think 2017, so I had one of my shoots. I'm working, and the first person, and who comes in first? It's Sean Spears.
Oh,
he comes in my shoot first, right? And I'm looking like, oh snap, like yo, Ty Dillinger, like yo, perfect 10, like I see your team, you know what I'm saying? So you know, and not to sound like a big fan, but I was targeted like, dang, a wrestler. And then at the same shoot, Scott Dawson. I don't know his age, but he goes by now in AEW. What he go by? Dax Harwood.
Dax Harwood, yeah.
Yeah, he came into my shoot also. I was like, oh snap, Scott Dawson. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, wow. So then I had another shoot. I was working as a bouncer at a security club downtown Orlando. And one day, Mojo Rawley comes in. I'm just like, okay, something in the universe is telling me something. I've just seen too many wrestlers as of lately, you know. So then at my original shoot one day, so like this person did it for me. Oscar comes in, but you cannot tell who she. I'm talking about she is kayfabe, like you cannot tell who she is. And I'm like, I love her, and I kind of answer her name, and she's like, she smiled a little bit. I'm like, oh snap! I didn't want to put her on blast. You know what I'm saying? Right. So then, I asked for a picture also, and after that, and that was in January 2018. I was like, yo, I'm looking for a wrestling school, and I just, found one, and it took off from there, you know. So it's me actually meeting wrestlers. It's like, oh snap! Like, because the thing is, like, I look at them like, oh wow, and I'm like, well, I wouldn't mind me being looked at like that also at some point when I walk into places, you know. And that's just honest truth. So, yeah, that's what my driving force is going to wrestling. Plus, besides, I love it.
It's a piggyback off of that, what he said, that turning point to make you want to look at the wrestling school. Like I said, after that Rumble, I went to NXT, got the last ticket, right? So I guess I was just fake. Got the last ticket, went up in there, we did our thing. And then I looked up some wrestling schools afterwards. First one I saw was 2.0 because they was advertising the seminar they was doing with Tessa Blanchard. Mm-hmm. I go up in there, Malik up in there, we hit it off, and we meet. So we established a relationship first. And then, like, to piggyback on what Eli said, 2 or 3 months later, here comes this skinny, lanky, bald-headed,
athletic,
I want to say maybe.
A lot of people are like, oh, he's going to be the one to go against you, Bosede. And you see him.
They call me Mini.
Yes. I didn't like that they called him by Mini Malik, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, he's his own person, you know, like.
Right.
Like, but to be open, I never really saw it like as okay, tag team was like, okay, like, damn, like, little dude got moves, like, shoot, like, you know what I'm saying? As when we got put together through Savio Vega, I was like, this makes sense. This just makes sense for all just to work as a team, you know? So, yeah.
There's a common thread in all of your stories where the universe moved and guided things to bring, that confirmation you guys needed. And the way you guys met lets me know that this was on purpose. This was supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? So that's everything. To get confirmation personally, it may not show to everybody else, but when you know it within yourself, that's all the vindication you need, honestly. That's everything. So I want to say kudos to you guys, because I often say the hardest thing to do is to follow your heart is also the scariest. So the fact to see 3 Black men successfully chasing their dream is everything. And that's why I definitely reached out to you guys. Because the crazy thing is, I've interviewed a few other wrestlers, and they pointed me in your direction. It was like, yo,
Wow.
we mess with them heavy. Go check them out next. I kid you not. I'm not going to say who, but that's how I came across your information.
I appreciate it. Tell them we appreciate it.
Tell them mad respect.
And the crazy thing is, they're in a completely different region of the United States. So
Really?
I wanted to give you guys that bit of information so people have eyes on you when you don't know it. So I just wanted to give you those flowers. Now, I told y'all I wasn't going to be long now, so I'm going to wrap my shit up and get ready to go. So I'm going to end with this question for you guys. It's my dream match question. You knew it was coming because I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you could have any program with any stable, past or present, who would you choose?
I'm gonna let you kick us off on that, Malik.
Why me first?
Well, I got you. So I'm gonna kick you off with that. So, man, I gotta take it to the current WWE product right now, and I'm gonna take it to an OG whose backyard we're in doing these tapings for Fighting Evolution Wrestling. I'm gonna have to take it to Mr. 305 MVP and what he's doing with the Hurt Business.
The Hurt Business is the thing, bro.
I'm gonna have to take it with him. I would most want. That's a dream program for me. Mouthpiece against mouthpiece for the most part is what he says he is, but he's also doing other stuff which I really commend. But I could see a program with me, the Hurt Business versus Coach League, Mike to Mike with MVP, Malik Bosede going head on with their powerhouse, even Lashley, or you know what I'm saying, taking the Shelton Benjamin.
I'd rather Shelton Benjamin.
And then I can see, and then I can see us taking Lashley on a handicap match. You know what I'm saying? I can take that. And I can also see the magic him and the person that we trained with and actually came to 2.0 and graces with some knowledge and did some rest with us, Cedric Alexander. I can see him and Eli Knight putting on magic.
I'm gonna say for me in that group it would be Shelton or MVP. Definitely Bobby Lashley, but I mean obviously I'm not in the powerhouse division. Not taking away from MVP or Shelton now, but they're in different lanes.
Yeah.
Right.
But Shelton had one of the most purest athletic athletes to ever cross WWE, period. So I would definitely love to test it against him. And then technician-wise and just like working-wise, MVP, of course. And if I want to go against speed-wise, Cedric.
Right.
They work, but they all have a, you know what I'm saying, that fits together. So going against a Hurt Business, hell yeah. Like, that, for me, that'd be a 2 thumbs up quickly.
Hell yeah.
You know, I'll throw Harlem Heat in there too for old school tag team.
There we go. Now you clicking.
Say Harlem Heat
Now we clicking.
That was my tag team growing up.
For a past dream match, he says Harlem Heat. I say Crime Time.
Rest in
peace, Shad. Yeah.
Yeah, rest in power, Shad.
That I can see us working matches with them. You know, you saw they like to hit little licks in the backstage here. You saw when they stole leader stuff and they was auctioning it. I can see us doing the same kind of games with them. They was auctioning off Royal Rumble numbers to some of the guys in the back.
I remember that.
Shad was. They finessed Eugene out of all his money. So I can see us doing the same thing, doing the program with them. So.
All right. Yeah. Eli, pressure's on, bro.
A lot of stable.
Yes, it is.
I would say, I'm not gonna say it for you, but also just for experience wise, also, I would say Evolution. Like if you think about it, they had all that
generations.
We were just missing one, but you had Ric Flair as the boom. You know what I'm saying? Now was the wisdom. Now was the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Not comparing myself to Flair, but obviously, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
That'd be the role I would somewhat fulfill. You know what I'm saying? Well, you're not a wrestler, but like Eli would be Randy Orton, the future. You know what I'm saying? And then we have. You'd be Triple H, but you always like to think and be cerebral and stuff.
Yeah.
He always developing the master plans.
The tactician.
Together behind the scenes.
We just need a Batista, the bigger one. That's you know what I'm saying? But exactly. So I would say Evolution on that, just from those stats. You know what I'm saying?
But like he said, in this the world of wrestling right now, there's a lot of black wrestlers out there. So where I like to take a little shot at some of the other ones. You know what I'm saying? A little promo. I can see us working a promo with these guys, but like I told them in one of our old interviews, we don't have to profit off the streets saying we want the smoke. Okay, we don't have to do that. Okay, we already woke Everywhere we go, the city know they woke as well. They lit. And like I said, if we was to ever throw a party, it wouldn't nothing be private about it. You know what I'm saying? It'll be live at 5 with everybody in the city. You know what I'm saying? But culture, everybody come down and turn up. You know what I'm saying? So.
Hey, hey, look, I appreciate you writing checks that I feel you can cash though. You know what I'm saying? I feel, hey, I like it. I like it.
Big pockets.
Word. Make the shit happen. Somebody. Tony Khan, somebody. Shit. Make it happen. Gentlemen, if anybody wanted to follow Culture Inc., how could they follow?
So you can follow Culture Inc. on Instagram, of course. That's Culture Inc. with 2 eyes on the ink. We got a business page on Facebook, Culture Inc. And then we got a Facebook fan page, Culture Inc. with 2 eyes on the ink. We're also trying to build up our Twitter. If y'all can help us out with that, follow us on Twitter, Culture Inc. 2 eyes on the ink. Also pro wrestling tees. We got merch on there, man. Culture Inc. If y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all follow us. Be a part of the culture, man. Go ahead and cop one of them Culture F and Ink tees, Culture F and Ink hoodies, What a Maneuver, everything. We got a YouTube page coming up. That's all our social media formats right there. But you can also follow Malik Bosede Instagram. And you can tell them.
Malik Bosede on Facebook, MB Integrator on Instagram and Twitter, and on YouTube. Malik Bosede.
And then Step Up Please Instagram, Step Up Please Twitter, and Eli Knight on Facebook. I don't use Facebook because I'm not old.
Yeah.
Wow, watch your mouth.
What that supposed to
Wow,
be?
that's the disrespect.
Wow.
See what that young man be doing?
You don't even know the outstanding pour on Facebook that came to this man when he made his 205 live debut. All the love on Facebook was there. And also when he made his debut on Raw for his birthday, he was on Raw Underground. All the love for Facebook came in and they show love to them off of Coach. You better get on Facebook.
Hey man, I'll say this, young man. I'll say this. It's a great tool for networking.
Thank you.
It is.
Definitely.
I know.
Thank you. For me, it's just Nick J Holiday all together, Nick J, and then the word holiday at the end of it, HOLIDAY, Nick J Holiday all together. That's on Instagram. That's on my Facebook, and that's on my Twitter.
All right. Look, gentlemen, I appreciate you again taking time out of your day. I appreciate the conversation. I think it's important that we show our culture. See what I did there?
Yeah,
like
my
that.
man woke.
Like,
My man woke.
you know?
Yeah.
So that being said, this has been your boy, Sirr, the 2020 Podcast, LLC, Culture F and Inc. You know what it is.
You know it.
You know what
And
it
do not
is.
forget that LLC on that name.
Don't forget the LLC.
No, we got it.
And for everybody listening, stay woke because the future is ours. Beware of the culture.